Today on CityCast Nashville, East Nashville Beer Fest is this weekend, so we called up our favorite brewer in town, Mr. Anthony Davis, president of East Nashville Beer Works. We're talking about how beer brings people together, the impact of Trump's tariffs on the brewing industry, and why y'all should come hang with us at Fridays by the River. It's Thursday, April 10th. I'm your host, Marie Cecile Anderson, and this is what Nashville's talking about. This month is very busy for you, my dear. Fridays by the River is happening. East Nashville Beer Fest is this coming weekend. How's it going for you?
It is great. We look forward to this time of year. We are so slow in the winter. All of us breweries, I think, really enjoy when spring hits. And we've got a lot going on. We're making a lot of beer and we're hopefully selling a lot of beer.
Well, I was actually at your place a lot during the winter because of your Home Alone pop-up. That was so fun. So you kept it somewhat busy, but I'm so happy that we're now in spring. So let's talk about Fridays by the River. Since CityCast Nashville is a presenting sponsor, this is your beer garden pop-up that happens every Friday evening this month and into May down in Shelby Park. What's your favorite part of the event?
It is, first of all, my favorite event that we do all year and favorite thing we do as a brewery, I would say. Thank you to CityCast Nashville, wonderful podcast that you are and group that you are for sponsoring us. We've grown the event over the years. This is our fourth year now. It's a pop-up beer garden, like you said, from 3 to 8 p.m. Shelby Park, 6 straight Fridays in the spring and 6 in the fall. Rain is a factor, so you have to watch the socials because we will cancel occasionally for rain. I guess my favorite part is just the community, just everybody getting together. It's a real who's who of people down there having a good time and enjoying themselves on Friday nights.
Oh, I see everybody there. It's such a fun thing to do. I highly recommend listeners come on out. You're going to see us and beer as well. We're going to be drinking. You lived in East Nashville for a very long time, and you were one of our Metro Council members from 2011 to 2019. What do the crowds at Fridays by the River tell you about how our neighborhood has changed in the last decade plus?
It's a great question. We have gone through a lot of changes, and I certainly saw those. I served, from 11 to 19, District 7, Inglewood, a little lower east, and Madison on the council. Really enjoyed it. I think activating our parks is really what that illustrates to me. Shelby Park wasn't as active back in the day, and certainly like you look at the Cornelia Ford Air Park, it's just become a true regional park that's super active. When I was growing up in the 90s, used to hang out with your sister back in high school, Marie. We go way back.
Way back.
Hume Fog, MLK connection. Back then, Shelby Park was known for softball leagues. That's really what it was all about down there. And now they've master planned it. There's been so much capital put in there and work done over the years.
Yeah, my friends' kids all play t-ball down there. And so I've been going and being that one person that's screaming for all the kids because it's so exciting and so fun. But yeah, we did not hang out in Shelby Park growing up here. It was more like the Mix Factory, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that was one of our teen hangs. Bar Nashville, Mix Factory, don't forget Graham Central Station. That was a good one.
Oh my gosh.
Back in the 90s, early aughts.
Where do the kids go nowadays to dance? I have no idea.
I don't think they do that anymore. I don't know.
I don't think they dance like we used to back then.
Clubbing.
Well, so looking ahead, this weekend is East Nashville Beer Fest down in East Park, which is not sponsored by East Nashville Beer Works, despite the name. Can you tell us what we can expect at that?
It's a great event. Rhizome has put this on for years. I don't know the exact number of years, but you get people from around the city that want to come out and try all the different breweries. But you also, at that particular beer fest, you get a lot of locals. You do get a lot of East Nashville people that come out. And that has been a really special one over the years for us.
And there's live wrestling?
That's different for this year. Yeah, that is an angle for this year. And we've got a guy, actually, my sales guy, Jake Painter is his name. He is a wrestler, and he will be in the ring, apparently, for East Nashville Beer Fest.
Oh, that's hot.
And we did a collab beer with Tennessee Brew Works, between East Nashville Beer Works and Tennessee Brew Works. It is a wrestling-themed beer that we're going to launch in our tap rooms and at East Nashville Beer Fest amidst all the professional wrestling.
It's really cool. Well, I have to just state that my beer that I drink at your establishment is the Tennessee Sipper.
Oh, cool. That's your favorite one?
That is mine. What's your favorite?
I drink a lot of Woodland Street. That's our session IPA, so I can get a good hop presence with only 4.5% alcohol. I guess as I get a little
look at you
up there, I'm drinking the lower ABV. It's easier on the stomach. I just I don't drink the hazies either. I drink closer to clear beer, but I still like the hops.
Yum. Well, so folks, yes, what we're talking about is our favorite beer to drink at what you started, East Nashville Beer Works, way back in 2016. But your background was in web design and branding. Why did you make the jump into beer, and how did you know what you were doing?
I knew marketing. That was one thing I knew, but
check.
Yeah, I ran my company iDesign for 9 years. We were on Gallatin Road in East Nashville as well, and was just kind of doing that and council, and was all around East Nashville. And I think after it was getting on towards that 10-year itch I was getting, where I just wanted to do something I was more passionate about. So I thought I could take my marketing and sales skills, but apply it to something I was super passionate about. And that was craft beer. I mean, I was going to all the breweries. I learned about craft beer from places like the Saucer in downtown Nashville.
Oh, the Flying Saucer.
Yeah. Remember that place?
R.I.P. I love that place. How many beers on tap? They had so many beers on tap.
It was it was 100 something.
100,
it was over
yeah.
100. Love that place. And Beer Cellar used to go there too. But then, it was the early breweries like Yazoo and Blackstone, and then kind of that second crop came along, Jackalope and Tennessee Brew Works and some of those, and just got the itch to do something different from the web design shop, use my marketing. Our brewery, we wanted to create something that was really place-based, that was really taproom driven, really highly community. We wanted to be super family friendly, which we became known as that, of course. Yeah, we call ourselves Tennessee's most family and dog friendly brewery. So we wanted to just be something different and provide an outlet for community.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the kid friendly thing, because you have a great playground in the back. My godson, we live all around the corner from your establishment, and we love to go there and let the kids run wild as they do. But I got to ask the tough question. Is it possible that you are too kid friendly?
We get that sometimes. I mean, there's certainly the non-family folks that are around, and we do our best. We built that playground and that expansion that we did out in our beer garden. And to us, it kind of, most days it pushes the families that way. We've got our, I call it the family section, where they've got a bunch of tables.
You heard them that way, which is excellent.
Yeah,
yes.
Kind of push it over there. Usually when it's not too crazy, it ends up other people, singles or couples or people with dogs, that they're all kind of on the other side of the beer garden. Everybody wants to be outside when it's nice, so we're all kind of sharing the space. And usually when it's nice outside, if you want to just escape the whole kid thing, you can be in some other areas of the brewery. And at Wilson County, our new expansion brewery, we have a whole mezzanine area. We don't allow them up there. So we were able to do that because we have more space. We did 15 and up. It's not 21 and up. So if you had high school kids, they can sit at the table with you, but no little kids running around. So that was something we did at Wilson County because we had more room. One thing I will say is kids are a big part of the community.
That's true.
Our thing is beer is community. If you're preaching community, if you're talking about being community, kids, dogs, everybody's part of the community. We just we gotta work with them.
We all got to get along. That's true. And there's been other, I won't name the names, but there's been other local bars that children are not allowed and the neighbors lose their minds. I've heard rumblings of that. So it's a good thing that you don't have that problem. This just in. Whitney, our executive producer, wants to know, when are you taking her Adult Swim idea and running with it?
Oh, adult nights. Yeah. We did a comedy night. So from 8 p.m. on, we were just adults only, so that the comedians could curse and do things like that. And us not sit there and worry about, was there a kid about to run into the area?
Yeah, I was there one of those nights, and they did an excellent job kind of just making sure, that everyone was the right age for the type of comedy. But as a comedian myself, there is nothing scarier to look out into a crowd and see children, because my stuff, personally, I can't speak for others, but my stuff is not appropriate for kids.
Yeah, we might try to find more opportunities. We want people to enjoy the space, and we don't want people to think it's just so overly kid and family all the time. I mean, we need everybody else too. We need everybody. And one cool thing, you mentioned that Home Alone pop-up. We're going to do more pop-ups. We might do a summer one. I'm kicking around a summer school pop-up, and we may do Halloween. We're definitely going to do Home Alone bigger and better every year. That's going to be our thing. We're going to own Home Alone. We're going to just be awesome with Home Alone every year, just because we think we nailed it, and we think we can grow it and do more. I took the foot off the gas with the budget just to save money, but we didn't know if it was going to work, but it certainly did. So we're going to do more of those, and that actually brings out young professionals in the later hours. And if you come late, like everybody's gone at 7:30 or 8. Like as far as children, we have cocktails now. You can come get cocktails late and like enjoy the space, enjoy the beer garden, enjoy the building, and they're gone. They're in the bathtub. You know?
And my favorite thing that y'all have there are the campfires. There is nothing like corralling around a campfire during the winter with your friends, drinking really good beer. So I applaud you for that. Back in 2019, the Nashville Scene ran a story on East Nashville Beer Works, calling it a hub for progressive politics. That's still very true today. The East Nashtivists host their meetings there. Plenty of Democratic candidates have hosted fundraisers on your porch. Did that happen organically, or was it intentional on your part?
I think a little bit of both. When we opened, I was a known progressive official. And so it was just sort of natural. I mean, we were just trying to fill up groups with anything, you know, when you first open up. You're just trying to get bodies in the door, and people would just ask me to do this or that. So I think it just kind of like that's the organic part, but also everybody knew that I owned the place. So it kind of just became a thing. And it's just an easy spot, you know, and there's not that many places that you can bring a big group and have standing area and sitting area, and just like, you know, that's what breweries are for.
Do you ever worry about having an air of partisanship, which would drive away potential customers?
You know, I had that concern a little bit early on, but we try to do our best not to, like, you know, we're not promoting anything partisan or anything like that. And certainly with Wilson County, that conversation came up, and is like, because, you know, it's very different out here. And so.
Yeah, tell us more. Tell us more what. How is it different? I have my assumptions, but you know what happens when you assume.
Yeah, it's a more of a red county. Obviously, we want to make sure everybody feels welcome is the bottom line.
Yes.
And whether we're in East Nashville, whether we're out here. And so we're just careful about, like, we don't promote anything. And there's no reason as a brewery to like sit here and promote stuff. But like on the East Nashville side, I'll share more probably like East Nashville. I always try to help them by sharing things that they're doing. Whereas, you know, and again, in Wilson County, we're not even having those kind of events anyway. It's just not out here. It's just more of a easy brewery space that's just casual.
Well, that's where you're joining us on this call right now, in your brewery.
Yeah.
I'm sure folks can hear this big space behind you. So what else is different in the new location in Lebanon? It seems a lot bigger, and you have a dog park?
We do, yeah. We have, everything is just bigger. I call it the Texas-sized version of East Nashville Beer Works, or the Disneyland of East Nashville.
Was that your dream? Was that the ultimate, to have an even larger space?
Well, we knew we had to expand production at some point. And so it was like, let's build a bigger brew facility. Was kind of early on. Then craft beer sort of took a hit, but we were already sort of doing this, but we also knew a bigger tap room would be good. We could kind of multiply our model. We could have this family-friendly, huge space, and a brand new tap room that wasn't like a old warehouse, you know, where we're building ground up. We built it exactly how we wanted to. We were able to do like a main tap room with a really cool mezzanine, a bigger beer garden with we have that same covered patio, but it's like way bigger. We have a playground that's bigger, and we were able to fit in a little dog area for the doggos.
How far is that from, say, East Nashville?
It's exactly 30 minutes. Yeah. So like,
oh, nice.
We do get some East Nashville people. They come out. I've had some parents say they've done the trip on the weekend and let their kids sleep and come out.
Oh, love it.
Just to come to the new, bigger location. And, you know, we're certainly busy out here. I think people were really thirsty. They were ready for this. They were ready for something exciting and not a chain, and like a good local homegrown kind of thing. We have 3 bars here. We have cocktails here as well, and wine, which we do at East too. We have a cocktail menu there as well. A lot of people don't know that it's kind of newer.
Is that because, I'm referencing what you said just a second ago, that craft brewing took a hit? What happened?
After COVID and like now that we've gotten a couple years on, I feel like there's just been some consolidation, and it's different reasons too. There's Gen Z's drinking less. There's a lot more options. There's the RTDs, the ready to drink kind of cocktails. There's THC stuff, which we make THC. We have a THC drink called Sky 9 that we have out there. It's in our tap rooms and can find it in the market now. So you combine all that together, and we've had some closures because of that. I think those of us that aren't are going to hopefully come out stronger. We have good models that we're working from, like we have our thing that we do. We think we do it well. So I think the ones that stick around are going to be stronger and just keep thriving.
What makes Nashville such a fertile ground for new breweries?
We came out, we had a cluster of breweries open in kind of the mid-teens with us, and like Southern Grist and New Heights and those kind of people, Bearded Iris. And you're still getting a trickle of new breweries here and there. And Nashville obviously is a great place for breweries. And I think you're gonna see growth still happen, but maybe just a little slower. I think that's where we're at right now. We've already seen that a little bit. We've had the consolidation. We've had some close finally. But we weren't oversaturated to begin with. And I think with a growing and thriving city, we still have a little room.
What's your favorite brewery other than your own?
I love that question. And I don't know if you know, I'm on the board of the Craft Brewers Guild too, the state Craft Brewers Guild. And so I love visiting other breweries and bringing all the breweries in the state together. We do represent all the breweries in the state that are our members, and we just lobbied down at the state government a couple weeks ago, do things like that to help advance craft beer in Tennessee. But my favorite breweries to go to in town, I love talking about this because I love to get away from East Nashville Beer Works, of course. I've designed the perfect brewery for someone like me, but I don't want to be there because then I'd be working. So
right. Yeah. I've seen you stop by and you always are running around.
Yep. Too much. And I got to start bussing tables. But so I love going to Yazoo. They have outdoor space like we do. They have Riverside Grill Shack now built in. They've always had great beer. I love going to New Heights. We've got a lot of friends at New Heights, kind of a kinship brewery with us. Occasionally there, they have a bounce house for the families. So those are two that I love going to, but there's so many with just great beers and something to offer. We like to go, me and the staff like to go to Barrique and drink some lagers because they have really killer lagers. And they're right down the street from us. It's the old little Harpeth building is now Barrique. Occasionally I like to take my staff or a family thing on the trolley. There's the Music City Brew Hop.
Tell us about this. Been at East Nashville Beer Works when the trolley has pulled up. So I was like, what is this?
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's just you don't drink on it unless you're doing a private thing, which you can do at the holidays. They were coming to the Home Alone pop-up every night, by the way, which was amazing. But on a regular weekend, you choose either the east or west route, and they'll take you to any number of 5 or 6 breweries, drop you off, and then you drink at the breweries, and then you can hop on, hop off the trolley and not have to worry about driving or whatever. And so it's transportation, but it's like kind of a neat, fun way to spend the day.
Oh, wow. Where does it start?
You can either park at any one of the breweries that are on the route and roll from there, or they do pick up at the Omni downtown for like the tourist people. So you could Uber up to one of the breweries. So usually just get on at a brewery.
I love this.
Highly
okay.
recommend. Yeah. And he's the one who did that wrestling collab I was telling you about. It's us. It's actually the trolley and it's Tennessee Brew Works.
Oh, that's really neat. All right. So we do have to talk about another little bump in the brewery road on the federal level. President Trump has instituted a 25% tariff on aluminum imports. How is that impacting you?
We're very concerned. As breweries, we are very concerned about the Trump tariffs. It's kind of infuriating, honestly, because we went through this already, the first Trump administration, where our cans, we all can beer, and that's aluminum, and that's China tariffs or whatever that will jack up the prices 25% or more. We don't have a lot of margins in canning. Like we just don't. And we need every penny we can get. And so it's pretty disastrous for us when he did this last time, and it was kind of short-lived, but it was just a noticeable thing. The Canada tariffs are absolutely ludicrous and just also infuriating because a lot of us get grain from Canada. Canadian Pilsner malt and some other grains are very important to breweries. So we're getting hit more than probably a lot of industries, and I don't think people realize. And if you don't know how tariffs work, it's just going to make everything more expensive. And it's hard for us to then pass it on to the consumer because it's not like I've already got beers that are $7, $8 because ingredients are expensive, labor is expensive. It's just, I can't just keep charging you guys more. So I guess because of Trump, we're just going to take the hit, you know?
Are there things you can do as part of your trade organization to push back? Are you talking to other brewers in other states as well?
Well, we have our umbrella organization for all those guilds is called the Brewers Association. And I know they have lobbying power, and they're down at Congress and things like that and fighting. And certainly all the breweries can hit their Congress people individually as well. And we certainly will fight it. It's just, I mean, you know, with President Trump, I think he's just going to do what he's going to do. I don't know that whatever we say matters, but I mean, we certainly will try. And obviously Congress has plenty of power in this country. So we will always do everything we can. But people just need to know that those are never good for small business. We do not want to start these trade wars, and it will hurt small business 100%.
What has our District 6 Congressman John Rose said about all this?
I haven't spoken to him, you know, and we just recently did that state lobbying, and we were focused on more of our state issues. We're trying to fund our guild and things like that. We've been so focused on local issues. I think we haven't really gotten organized and gone after Congress people. But I mean, might be worth putting a call to him and expressing our disappointment.
To have a beer. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And he's running for governor, you know, so maybe he'll listen to us.
Can we do anything to help? Send letters or postcards?
I think just, you know, continue to talk to people in the public sphere. Just tell them, you know, it's not just partisan warfare. This is real, whatever party I was in, or other brewery owners or other business owners. It's not a partisan thing. It's just like, this is just bad. I mean, I think most like kind of what I call financial or business Republicans realize it too. They don't agree with these tariffs. And so we need to kind of come at it from all angles and make sure we're letting people know this will be hurting a lot of businesses. And we don't need a trade war. We don't need tariffs. And there's just no sane reason to do this.
It only hurts community, which is your motto at East Nashville Beer Works. The official motto is beer is community. We're all about building community here at CityCast 2. What makes beer such a great way to bring people together?
Yeah, we've had that long time motto, beer is community, just because it is great at bringing people together. I think we all have that. For those of us that do focus on tap rooms, you know, like our brewery, we use that tap room to bring folks in. And that was the business model all along, was to have a place for people to come and join us, host their events, come, you know, visit our events. We host huge things throughout the year. So just in every way, we're trying to bring folks together.
I have to say, I had a friend from New York City come visit, and I brought her there, and she was like, pizza, you're going to bring a New Yorker to a pizza place? And your pizza blew her mind. And just like the full aspect of sitting around a campfire, eating pizza, drinking great beer. So it is one place that I love bringing my friends from out of town. I show it off, and I love it because it does, like you said, beer's community, and it's my favorite place in town. Can I say that?
Oh, wow.
No favorite, but it truly is. I love going there, and it's been such a pleasure speaking to you.
So thankful to be with you. And thank you, CityCast Nashville, for working together on Fridays by the River. It's going to be a blast.
That's right. And we're going to have a CityCast beer.
Yeah, we're gonna name something after you guys, and it's just gonna be a blast. And hope to see some folks at the tap room, either tap room East Nashville or Wilson County, and then we'll see you in Shelby Park for Fridays by the River.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
That's all for today here on CityCast Nashville. I hope y'all come out and join us for Fridays by the River. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell your friends? Rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our Hey Nashville newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Toodles.